We welcome in their VP of Baseball Ops and General Manager, Sam Fuld. Sam, it's Brian Kenny. Congratulations on the success.
Thanks, Brian. Appreciate you.
You know, Sam, we just had Joe Madden on. He's a regular contributor now for this program. You were in the heyday of the Rays and Joe Madden that time. I'm just wondering, how much did that influence your thinking when you were a player, now becoming an executive?
A tremendous amount. I mean, I really value the 3 years that I spent as a player in the Tampa organization. You know, and it started with Joe in the front office. It just felt like a really warm, welcoming environment when I stepped into that organization. Felt like I belonged right away, even as mainly a role player. It just felt like I was a big part of what the organization was doing, and that's a big credit to the culture that Joe set and the front office set, and the players that we had in the clubhouse. We had a lot of fun. It was fun being kind of the underdog in that division and surprising people, and we just had a lot of cohesion in the clubhouse, and loved playing for Joe and loved playing in that organization. Taught me a lot.
Yeah, it seemed like a hotbed of innovation in those years. This club you have now, there is something different that seems evident. It's a fighting spirit. I don't know exactly what it is, but you tell me, is that developed, or do you look for that when you're acquiring a player to get, I don't know, a certain grit, a certain toughness?
I think it's both. I mean, I think you have to be gritty. I think you have to be, we talk about being Philly tough. There's a certain qualities that I think play better here. We're seeing that in the postseason. Guys are just stepping up, rising to the occasion in these big moments in the postseason. We saw it last year. We're seeing it a lot this year. These guys live for these moments, and I don't know if you could say that about everybody in the game, but we certainly seem to have a group that is close-knit, and that is a targeted approach. I mean, we value makeup, we value character and the chemistry in our clubhouse, and I think it's pretty evident now, and there's something about the postseason here. Certainly a big part of it is our fan base and just the electricity that you get in the ballpark every night you play here. It's really cool. They feed off each other, and hopefully we can keep this going. I'm
just wondering, Sam, look, you can see it, and there was a number of teams this year that just did not have it, whatever it is, and yet I'm wondering, again, you played. There aren't guys who aren't tough that make it to the majors, or are you saying there is actually a wide variance of guys who are able to repeat their process through pressurized moments? Is that a thing, or is that not as much a thing as it's made out to be?
Well, I don't know. It's hard for me to know exactly how much it's made out to be. I think it's real. To what extent, I think is debatable, but I do think I just look at our team and our roster and the contributions we get up and down the lineup. I think that is a product of who they are as humans and who they are as competitors. And, a lot of it is like last year we got, we played in the last game of the year. We didn't win it, though, and I think guys were hungry coming into this season, hungry to get back into the postseason and get to the top of the mountain. So, I think they value this opportunity, and they sort of rise to this occasion, and I think that does speak to who they are.
We've seen, Sam, your bullpen usage. Rob Thompson's been very flexible in moving guys around to different innings, which happens more infrequently, I think, than people think. So how does that happen for your organization with your manager?
Well, it's a collective effort. I mean, the credit first belongs to Tomps. I mean, he does a fantastic job, I think, managing that group, and we're fortunate. We're very deep. We've got a lot of big arms in the bullpen, up and down. There's not too many guys, that throw fastballs below 95 in that group. So there's a lot of high quality stuff amongst that group, and that gives Tomps and our coaching staff a lot of options when it comes time to getting big outs.
Do you have meetings on that, though, Sam? Let me just jump in. Do you have meetings, though, and say, hey, listen, we can, Kimbrel, can you go in this inning? We can end the game, with Strom, or is that Rob doing that, or is that everybody in on that?
That's the coaching staff. I mean, they meet pretty regularly. So, you can't go into these games unprepared. It's, but it's who Tomps is. He's as prepared as they come. And, those guys are meeting every day, and they're trying to, consider different potential outcomes. And obviously it's never scripted to a T by any means. But this is something they really value, and I think the work and the preparation shows on a nightly basis.
No question. I didn't know where it exactly came from. I don't want to bury the lead here. So as the general manager, how has Bryce Harper changed the franchise?
Well, many different ways. I think the performance between the lines is incredible. It seems to be only getting better and better, and he just loves these moments, and he's as hungry as anybody to get back to the World Series and win it all. So, yeah, that's pretty self-evident. I think he just has a competitiveness and a level of focus that others feed off of. I mean, it's the way he goes about every day before 7 o'clock or before 8:07 in the playoffs. It's as focused a routine as you'll see, and he's motivated to be really good now and really good for a long time.
You know, even as we bring him up, that you have a fanfare going for him behind you. I didn't see the horns. I thought it was bagpipes for a second. I couldn't quite tell, but all right, the horns are playing.
I don't know what's going on, but I can hear you, barely.
Good. Your look defensively, Sam, is very different. You guys obviously were not known for your defense like early of last year. Very different club, and we'll even put up outs above average. StatCast powered by Google Cloud. Last season, -24. I mean, you were a little better than that. This season, -11 without Kyle Schwarber, who's DHing. But, I mean, Brandon Marsh last year, Johan Rojas, Christian Pache. You look like a good defensive team now. How much of that was a point of emphasis?
Yeah, I think we recognized that we could improve in that area, and we're lucky to be able to call up somebody like Johan Rojas, who has come up through our system relatively quickly, and I think has shown the baseball world what kind of elite level defender he is. He's special. He really is. And I think we knew that, watching him come up through our minor league system. But it's, it's great. I think it gives our pitching staff a lot of confidence to just fill up the zone and challenge hitters, knowing that, there's a good chance if that ball's put in play that an out will be collected. And, you spoke to Pache, you spoke to Marsh. Jake Cave's a quality defender. And Nick has continued to get better. And, Bryce has taken to first base really well. Alec Boehm's made huge improvements at third base. Trey and Stott up the middle are really dynamic. So we feel a lot better about our defense than maybe previous years.
Yeah, no, drastically different watching you this year. Are they playing tonight, or do they just practice there in the afternoon?
I would assume they're playing, but this would be one heck of a 4 p.m.
That would be
performance without anybody in the seats.
Look at that. You had the big bass drum there as well. Look forward to hearing that tonight. Sam Fuld, again, GM of the Philadelphia Phillies. Sam, again, congratulations. Great run once again. Best of luck tonight and the rest of the way.